Hello, my crafty friends. How are you guys? Okay, so I am having so much fun with these little gnomes that I cut out from the Silhouette store. If you missed that video, I will link it in the back for you guys. So I'm going to show you where I was with some of the cards. I do have a couple of the little gnomes left, so I thought I'd make a card for you guys together. But I want to show you, this is the one I had started on camera the other day when I made the video. And all I did was I die cut. These are some silver snowflakes from Stampin' Up. They are the Snowfall Thinlits dies, and you get all of these. I will link them for you. If you don't have a Stampin' Up demonstrator, I will link my Stampin' Up site for you. But I love how pretty they cut out a silver mirror cardstock. And I put those on. This is a little tree sticker from Hobby Lobby. And then I had a little stamp that said, "From our gnome to yours." That came out of my little old gnome stamp set. And then this one was really easy. I just put pattern paper down. So this is just piece of pattern paper that also came from Hobby Lobby. This is a piece of pattern paper. This is a piece of pattern paper. This is a sentiment, I believe, from Stampin' Up, again with the little Hobby Lobby tree, and I just stuck him down, and it says Christmas wishes, again from our gnome to yours. Super cute. And then this one is the one we're going to kind of replicate, I think, today. So on this one, this is using a Hero Arts door. I think it's an elf door. It's still available, and it comes with these little accent pieces for the door handle, the door lock, and the little struts to hold the door up. The paper on the top and the bottom here is pattern paper, and I'll show you that. It is discontinued, but I'll show it to you. You could also stencil this. There's brick stencils you can use, and I used some more of those silver snowflakes and put those on there. Now for his hat, this was the guy that I couldn't get the stripes to cut out correctly for his hat. So I had some leftover lights. These are stickers. And I thought, well, how cute is it to stick them on his little hat? And I think it worked out perfectly. So there's that little gnome. I also wanted to show you guys some other stuff that I found at Michael's. So in case you haven't heard, AC Moore is going to be closing. I think Michael's is going to take over some of their spaces. So I went into Michael's, I went into AC Moore and just did a look around, and they had these elements for $5 each normally, but they had like buy one get one free or something. So I basically got them for $2.50 each. This is a very large snowflake sticker, and it's very hefty. It's very heavy. It's got all these tiny little beads glued in there, but I couldn't resist. It's so pretty. So it's like embroidered on the outside. These beads are all glued in, but it's got some weight to it. So all I did was I put it on some Stampin' Up paper. So that's foil print snowflake paper there, some mirror card in the background, and then stamped, "May the beauty of the season bring you joy." But that's a really simple card, but because it's so weighty and so heavy with all the foiling, it really came out nicely. They also had, this was an experiment. They had their own little double-sided sequin shaker. So all I did was glued this into a card and put a little frame. These sequins are a little stiffer, so it's going to take some playing around. But this is a snowflake that is silver and white, and then it's reversed to white and silver when you flip it. So still pretty cool. You know, I like that it had a design in there, and it's just a sticker as well. You could just stick that on a card. I did put some foam tape and put this little frame around it, and then stamped a little stamp there. I think this is from the Hero Arts sentiment. But I thought that was cool. And then you guys saw me make this sequin card. This was buying the fabric. Again, I bought this fabric at Joann's. So I picked up some more, and it was $5 for the fabric at Joann's. And I think I used a coupon, so I got it, you know, a little bit discounted. So this one you guys saw me make on camera. I went and made another one, again, taking some more of that Stampin' Up paper. Just pulled this one out because it had these little foiled bows. Stamped the sentiment, and then foam taped, well, no foam tape, just used red line tape, and cut out this ornament out of the Hero Arts ornament set. And this sequin is gold and silver. So I just thought, oh, that's so pretty. And it's going to be fun for someone to play with. But you can see how much easier it is to move these sequins than these sequins. These sequins are really tight. They're really tough to kind of get going. So I think the make your own was a much better option than buying the sticker. But, you know, if you don't want to die cut and you still want to make this, and this is on a piece of felt, so you could even sew this onto a stocking or a pillow. You don't have to make this into a card. I don't know if you guys can see, that is felt that it's sewn onto, and then it's double-sided adhesive on the back. So this is pretty sturdy. If you didn't want to put it on a card, you could put it on something that would last a little longer, something a little more substantial. But I made my own here, and I just used the tape to stick it down, red tape. Okay, so I already did a video on this. I will link that for you guys. But today I wanted to show you guys how I did the little gnome background. So we'll work on our little gnomies here. And I was going to do them like a couple, but I like just having one. I think he really becomes the focal image without being overcrowded because of the size that I made the gnomes. I think if I had made them a little smaller, they would have worked out better. Okay, so the die set I'm going to use today, again, this Hero Arts one is called the Hero Arts Paper Layering Wooden Door. So that's the door here, and then this little piece here, the handle, and the lock. Okay, so these are the Hero Arts dies here. Okay, everything else on here came from La La Land Crafts. There's two. One is called the Build a House set, and the other one is called the Gingerbread House add-on. So all of this is La La Land, okay? So I figured we would use this today, that it would be super cute. So I'm just going to put my dies back on here because this is how I store them, and I don't want to lose any of the little pieces. And so we're going to use the La La Land one today, not the Hero Arts one. And these dies are all current, so you shouldn't have a problem finding these. You should be able to pick them up from Simon Says Stamp, Hero Arts. I will look them up and link some websites for you guys. So for paper, as I had mentioned, the paper was discontinued, but this was the easiest way for me to make the card. So I have a card base already made out of heavy duty Neenah Solar White. So for the background, I use this brick background for the first card. I think I want to use this brick background. I wish Michaels would bring this paper back because I use it all the time. I wish I had bought more. So here is the brick background. Here's a wooden background. That's what I used for the ceiling. They have these little stone, corrugated wood. So yeah, I think I'll go in with the red brick this time. And if you saw when Simon Says Stamp had their Stamptember, I received the gingerbread stamps from Kitchen Sink Stamps as being part of the design team. And I really liked using this paper and kind of doing the same thing. So if you caught that video, I'm pretty much going to be doing that. All right, so for the brick, I am going to cut this down to full A2 card size. So we're going to cut this down to 5.5 by 4 1/4. So we want this to be the tall 4 1/4 and length 5.5. So length and width, I mean. Okay. And then for the roof, I'm basically just going to eyeball a couple tiles, but we'll do that last because I want to make sure that my house... Oh, I just did that wrong. Whoopsie! That's okay. We're going to keep on going here. I started to do the door one instead of the house one. All right, so I'm going to cut this off. All right. We're still going to do this. We're just going to use this. All right, so I'm going to die cut the house actually out of the middle of the paper, and then I can keep the rest of the paper as a frame for the future. Using a little bit of purple tape. I'm going to run this through my die cut machine. So I have my cutting plate, my magnetic plate, my milky shim, and top plate. done a snowy background. Let me see what I have for a snowy background. And this is pretty good cardstock. It's not a flimsy, gonna fall apart cardstock. So you don't need to like double back it with more cardstock. It's pretty sturdy, so you don't need to worry about that. Okay. I think I do want to cut some windows out of our house. So we're going to put that back on there. We have these little window dies. The door I'm going to cut out of wooden paper and put on the door, but I think we will go ahead and use these windows. So we'll put the round window up here, I guess. Could put the door in the middle and then a window on each side. There we go. I'm not going to cut the door out. I'm just placing it there for placement so I know where these windows should go. And then I think this window will have come down a little bit. It's a wonky little house. So just gonna move this up. Okay, so then we should be able to cut the door out of wood and glue the door right there. I do have a scrap piece of wood cardstock right here from yesterday's door. Piece of that. Now it does have a little chimney piece. I don't think I want to do that. Just trying to think of all the elements we need to die cut. I do think we should give it some of these little, what do they call these? Candy canes? So we'll do a little candy canes out of white extra cardstock here, scrap cardstock. Okay, and we need to figure out the roof, but we'll run this through while we're waiting. We have our little candy cane. We have our door. Okay. House. Windows are cut out. Windows we have to cut out of another piece of paper. So we are going to grab some more of that white cardstock and do the windows again because we need to color these in. And you know what? I'm going to do, what should we do the roof out of? I was going to do that little siding piece, but I don't think it's going to cut properly. Hold on, I have a scratch piece somewhere in here we can use. And I put all the extra pieces back into my paper pack because we can still cut little things out of here. Here we go, this one. See, I think that's going to be too dark for the roof. So maybe we can, we'll see how this cuts. It might look a little goofy, but let's try this for the ceiling. Oh, you know what I could do? Nope, that would cover the windows. I was gonna say I could cut this and then leave it straight here, but that would cover the windows. So we're just going to die cut this. And then all it's going to be is gluing everything together. Try to do all my die cutting at once because then it's just coloring and gluing everything together. I don't know if this roof is going to work or not. We'll find out. I think that's everything we need. Okay, I grabbed a piece of this polka dotted background because it kind of looks like snow. It's a little pearlescent, so we'll cut that to card front size. 5.5 by 4 1/4. And use that as our stage, as our mat. Yeah, that didn't work exactly the way I wanted it to. This looks like messy tiles. I'm okay with that. I'm going to leave it like that. And then we have our little window pieces, which we're going to color. Our door. I think I will keep these pieces to glue under our other pieces. Let me get this out of the way. And I kind of want to keep the little pieces because I think I can color those and stick those back in. All right, let's start coloring here and see what we get. All right. I feel like we need a little white snowy hill, so we're going to get back to that. Let's try to get this together. I'll leave that like that. Let me grab a red. Real simple, fast coloring here. Nothing special. Not going to go in and, you know, make it super highlights or shadows or anything like that. Just going to color it in. You can use whatever you have, color pencils, markers. For these windows, I'm going to color them all gray. Oh, you guys can't see. Here we go. Okay, like I said, really quick on these, nothing special. I'm going to go back in with a lighter color gray and color our botched roof here. I mean, you can kind of see some of the siding there, but it's not what I wanted, but that's okay. That's N3. The other gray was N5. Okay, roof is done. I want to take a little bit of yellow and add some glow to these little white pieces because we're going to inlay those back in. So I'm just taking a yellow. Some of these are the back side of those brick ones that we cut out, but that's okay. We'll use those. And I am going to kind of layer these. So I'll take our little fine applicator glue here. This is totally optional. Since I already have these frames cut out, we might as well use them. I mean, you could save them and use them on another project, but I just want to double lip these on the white. That'll give these a little more, you know, look of depth to them. Normally, I don't film a video like this just because it is so lengthy. So any of the parts that you don't want to watch, if you tap on the right side of the screen 2 times, it will fast forward 10 seconds for you. If there's anything that you missed, you can tap on the left side of the screen real quick 2 times over here, and it will rewind 10 seconds for you. But I know sometimes you guys like to watch the whole length of the video. Sometimes you guys say it's too long, so they give you that option. Right. So I'm going to move this stuff out of the way a second. I do want to work on our little background here. I think I want to add some kind of clouds to the background. So I have a little cloud stencil here. I'm just going to grab some light blue ink and a distress blending tool. This stencil is from Blue Night Stamps. Use what you have. It's not going to make a huge difference, but it'll give us a little bit something in the background. And then I want a little bit of glitter hills at the bottom here. Let me find a little piece of glitter stock. Just trying to go through my scraps because I just want a very small piece of it. I don't want to go grab a whole sheet of glitter. Looks like that might be what I have to do. Is there any glitter here? Nope, no white glitter. Okay, hold on. Here we go. We got some of this cool tonic paper, which is a super light blue, and it looks like snow. And I just want to cut just a little bit of a hilly kind of look to it. And then we'll have our gnome standing there. Okay, that looks cute. All right, let's start assembling. Maybe we'll put the hill behind the house. This glue dries super fast, so I'm trying to get it stuck down in the right position, because if you start putzing with it and moving it around, you don't want that to happen. So now I put the little pieces in. Okay, got all of that done. Now we just need to put our little gnome on there, and then we can stamp out a sentiment later and put it on the top, and we are finished with our little gnome house. Let's see here. Changed my mind. I was going to do them on the right, but I think I'll go on the left here. We got to dropsies today. Okay, and then I will find some kind of cute sentiment, put it across here, and that'll be end for our little gnome. I'm going to put some sparkle in the lights here. If I still had some Christmas lights stickers, I would put those on the roof here. But I don't have any, so maybe I'll run to the store and grab some. And I don't have little Christmas light die cuts because that would look super cute. Maybe I'll put some glossy accents on there too. So there we go. There is our little addition to our little gnome family. And like I said, if you guys didn't see my video, I purchased these gnomes from the Silhouette America store and just die cut them out. So there wasn't any stamps involved. The gnome stamps that I have are unfortunately retired. So, but I wanted to use what I had instead of going out and buying something new. So there we go. There's our little gnome guys. And like I said, you can get these stickers, these accent stickers. These are the little lights. I think I'm going to run out and buy some more of those and add those to our little gnome house. And then I'll just put a little sentiment on there. So we're building up our little gnome cards here. There we go. So thanks for watching, guys. If you have any questions, post them down below. I will try to link everything I used for you in case you want to purchase anything. But thanks for watching and keep on stamping. Bye-bye.